What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Screw It, Let's Do This podcast. I'm your host, Therese.
And I'm Shelby.
Today, we're going to give you guys an update, a business update on both Shelby's storefront. That's going to be opening
a week from today.
Yeah, we're going to get all into that. And I'll give you guys an update on my end since I've announced the storefront a couple weeks ago now. But before we get into that, Shelby, what do we want everyone to do right now?
Go subscribe on YouTube. Because when we hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, 1,000 subscribers.
There's going to be a surprise.
A big surprise. Big surprise. Dun, dun. So everyone just subscribe. Tell your moms to subscribe. Yep. Tell your brothers, sisters, your mothers again to subscribe. Everyone
that has
subscribe.
A YouTube.
Yeah.
If you don't have a YouTube, go make one.
Anyways, Shelby, what is going on?
First off, I got to point something out.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You have the crustiest.
Oh, you piece. What?
Hair tie I've ever seen in my life. And mine is like crusty. Like it's pretty like old. And like
it's supposed to be white. That's light yellow.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Wait, but that needs to be removed.
Wait a second. You know, that's so funny that you said that's because I found this on the floor at your pool. Like,
that's a lie.
And I'm not kidding.
You swear?
I swear to you. Yeah, why would I buy a blonde?
Do you swear on Tricky Foods?
I swear on this hair tie. Why would I buy a blonde hair tie? And I can't even believe you noticed that.
Okay, why would you pick it up at the pool?
Because I don't buy hair ties. I acquire them. It's a loss. It's an art. It's like, why?
Can you take it off? Because that's going to
If you can take off yours.
Fine.
Wait. See, I thought you were going to call me out because I have toothpaste on my shirt. If you guys are watching the YouTube, which is the best way to be watching this, Shelby and I are both dressed in black. We didn't plan this, and which is unusual because we typically wear bright colors. Why are we both wearing black right now?
I don't know.
On accident, honestly.
Well, one, I'm out of clothes because I haven't done laundry in a while. I'm just down to the bare bones. And so we went with whatever was in the closet today. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was dressing for the mood, which is... I'm wearing slippers and sweats, and I'm wearing
crusty.
No, comfortable because I can't handle any more decisions. Honestly, I've just been making.
I can't either. I want to talk about that.
Okay, so where do we start? I personally, you guys, I haven't talked to Shelby and
we haven't talked like at all.
I know we text, but that's odd because typically, we text every day and we call
multiple times a day.
Since the last podcast, what's been going on? What have you been up to?
It's been just getting the store ready, which can't even tell you what that means because I don't really know. There's just like a list that keeps getting longer and like you check a couple of things off, you add 10 things. You know, I thought like I was prepared, like whatever that means, like in the best way that I could be. But nope. Doesn't matter. Like, I don't think it matters how prepared you think you are. There's just so many things, if this is like the first time you've ever done this, that come up and you're like, what the heck? Why do I have to do this? Or like, oh, that's something I didn't think about. That's something. So it's just been like a lot of little things.
Yeah, you've been working until like 3 a.m. every day, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're normally a night owl, but that's kind of a lot.
That's a lot because I've been getting up at 8. Oof. So like I like working late. I like get my best work done at night. But then like if I stay up that late, I'll sleep in. I'll let myself sleep in for 8 or 9 hours. But I have not been able to because I have stuff going on in the morning I have to get done. So then, yeah, that's why I'm like tired.
My jaw, it's like clenched for you.
But I slept good last night. I slept like a good 9 hours. So
yeah,
I feel better. I feel good today.
Shelby woke up 30 minutes ago. It's noon.
I did. It's not noon. Yeah. I did. My phone didn't plug in. And then I was like, crap, what time is it?
Yeah. Isn't that funny? It's like when your personal battery is dead, my phone is dead. My car has like 2 alarms going off. Like my gas is out. I need to get an oil change. It's like, come on. Why is everything happening at once?
I know. I'm like, you guys are Mr. Producer and Therese were very nice to let me show up 30 minutes late.
We're just glad she's here, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just been a lot. Last night we had like orientation for my employees and...
How many are you at now?
14.
Holy crap. I told someone you had 9. Wow.
14.
Is everyone just amped out of their mind?
I think so. I think everyone's excited, but I'm like, guys, don't be excited yet.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Wait, so some of these people, it was their first day.
Yeah.
So did you show up and you're like, all right, everyone, line up?
No.
Or you're like, what's up? I'm Shelby.
Like that. I was like, what's up? Take a seat.
Take a seat.
I just had
grab a cookie, pass the box around.
I didn't have anything like that. I was just like, yeah, take a seat. Everyone signed an NDA.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was nervous. And then one of my girls is a lawyer and works for me like 1 day a week. And she was like reviewing it. I'm like, oh no, you're going to catch something. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not this kind of lawyer. Like, and then in a couple hours, we'll have our first training. So we'll be baking today, tomorrow,
seriously?
the next day,
Until
yeah. So we had our health inspection too. Everything's
passed.
Zero violations.
Wait, 0 violations? Isn't
Zero.
that like almost impossible?
I think it's like when you're opening.
Okay.
Like there's nothing, as long as you have like the stuff checked off, it's like I don't really have much food in there right now. So it's not like they could really do anything, but we will have 0.
And how's your ceiling? I saw.
That was another thing I was going to say. Me and one of my friends, Kenzie, every bitch needs a scrunchie. I just took my scrunchie off, but follow her.
You put it on Frank the Flamingo?
Mr. Bahama.
Oh.
Mr. Bahama.
Yeah, I did a name change when you were late today. I changed his name legally.
We're not changing the name. But me and Kenzie were like out in the front area putting up signs, doing whatever. And we kept hearing, like we would look at each other and be like, did you hear that? And I was like, it's just like the dishwasher. You know, like kitchens make a lot of random noises. I was like, it's probably the dishwasher or the fridge. And then it kept happening. And we were like, And Kenzie goes, I'm going to go like back and look. And I was like, Kenzie, like you don't even need to look. It's just like noise. She went back. I hear, Shelby.
Oh gosh.
There's water coming from your ceiling. I was like, yep.
Something
adds up.
Something to do with the heat. Because
it was the AC. So I panicked. I called my construction manager at like 10:30 p.m. when this happened.
He answered?
He answered. Oh. And I was like, Nate, we got a problem. There's water coming from the ceiling. He had me poke a hole into like I was up on the ladder. I was up. Oh, I removed the ceiling tiles. I was up there in the ceiling, like patting around, feeling the water. I felt like
local baker falls off ladder days
before
before
opening.
What
was scary? There was wires up there and there was water.
God.
And I was like, I don't care. I'm getting this thing dry. Grabbing the wires. I'm like, if I get cuted up here.
Cuted.
Kenzie, if you catch me. It wasn't like a lot of water. It was more just like in one area. And it was like kind of like pooling up a little and like dripping out. I will post video if people are curious. And so I panicked and he's like, we'll have someone there in the morning. So the air people, the AC people came and they were like, they came in, showed me my filters. And there's this little pipe that's like this big that like apparently brings like extra water out from it. And it was completely full with like black, like gunk.
Oh my God.
And so he said he pulled that off and water came rushing out because it was just so clogged. And then the filters were like black. But he said it's really common, like after construction goes on, because like the
fumes,
dust and like, all the construction stuff will kind of get up in the vents. So he said like it's common for something like this to happen. So that got all fixed.
Wait, can I tell you?
They dried it out. Yeah.
Can I tell you about my?
Yeah. You had water last night too.
Literally, I was at the kitchen and I'm about to leave. I'd been there for 8 or 9 hours. Okay. They turned off the water. I don't know what for. There's always like a little bit of a pool by the dishwasher. So I'm like, okay, I didn't really care. But so they're like, we finally fixed it. Everything's good. The water's back on. I go to the bathroom. Okay. I flushed the toilet. And now I don't know if this was,
you?
I don't know if this was me. But all of a sudden I
sent this to your landlord.
No. They were there within a second.
Oh.
Because they're like, the water's back on. And so he had been up in that same area. So whatever he did, he had said it was done. I go in the bathroom and flush the toilet. Don't know if it's me or if it was coincidental. We'll just say it's coincidental. I walk out and when you're at like a water park and there's water streaming from like the tube.
Or like the bucket.
Yes,
like
yes.
the giant bucket.
Holy crap.
Dumps.
It was like a continuous bucket. I could not believe it. It was me and this other baker there. And she's running around. She's like, I don't know how to turn off the water. I'm like, I don't know how to turn off the water. It within.
Was it flaky?
Yeah, flaky
that
was
video
there.
is funny.
Oh my gosh. I know. I didn't get a video of it coming out because I was like, this is like disastrous. Like this is going to flood the entire kitchen and water will be to the other side within probably 2 minutes. It was coming out like a continuous bucket drop at the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even believe it. I was in shock. And she's like, turn off the plumbing. And she's like trying to call someone. And you guys, I'm telling you, I know nothing about plumbing, but what I do know is I am pretty good under pressure. And then I crash after solving a problem. I run back there. I'm like, dear God, which one of these? There's like 1,000 little pumps there. This is a bigger building. Like, keep in mind, there's like an Anytime Fitness there. There's a cafeteria. So I'm like, I have no clue. I'm like, I'm going to try to turn one of these off and I might do something wrong and it might blow up. I thought to myself, I didn't think I was going to get electrocuted. But so then I just crank these things. One, okay, nothing happened. Two, the other one, the third one, it starts to like sound really loud and it's like shaking. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I turn it off and then the water stops. I'm like, holy crap, I'm a genius.
The water at Anytime Fitness just stops.
No, oh my gosh. I'm like levitating. I'm like, it is done. And so anyways, it comes, and the video I sent you was just like drops, but I'm telling you, it was rushing out. And Flaky had just finished baking a pan of banana bread. Before I did anything, I just like got in the zone. I grabbed her pan of banana bread and got it out the way. I saved all of her banana bread. She's like, she calls me Trickster. She's like, Trickster, you saved the day.
We both had a water scare.
Yeah, that's
what's
why
up
I'm
with that.
And we're both wearing black. We're the same person. Same person.
What else? What else is going on with you?
Well, with me, honestly, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I feel so deeply overwhelmed with like where I'm at. I haven't even, we are delayed a second time for the storefront. And like, if I was to build a second store, even at this point, like none of these issues would have happened because like, it's mostly like to get a building permit or to get a conditional use permit, all these things that like literally to just be a business in a space, like for me to tell the city I'm going to have a restaurant in a space could take months to get like all the approvals it needs. We're delayed again. And they're like, yep, well, the city has 3 weeks to make these decisions. And I'm like, every time we're delayed, like, the last delay that happened, that was $45,000 of an increase that I had to like negotiate new terms. So I'm like, if it gets delayed another week, I mean, what is that going to be for me? It's just more money than I didn't expect. So I've been reaching out and calling the city, leaving voicemails. And it's like, I'm calling so many people that when these people call me back, I can't answer because I'm calling other people.
Yeah.
So like yesterday I had one call with an assistant that I've recently hired. And while we were on the call, I had to answer 3 phone calls that were just coming back to me. Yeah. So it's like, I feel so reactive. I don't know how to get ahead of it because every morning I wake up and I have 10 notifications and it's like, I know people say, don't check your phone right in the morning.
I do.
Yeah. I just like, I instantly, it's like, what do I need to put my urgency around? And like, I understand that, the person reaching out to me about their event in 6 months isn't that important for me, but for them it is. They want to close that sale. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But we recently hired a new team member. She's killing it. I mean, she's only been with me for 3 days, but she is working 40 hours this week. And that is like, it's very time consuming because the 40 hours that she's working, I'm also working those to train her.
Yeah.
But I know that
it'll pay off. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it'll pay off. And I know that she's even listening to this. I'm sure she's going to be listening to this. So Kelsey, thank you so much. She's working right now and I'm like super grateful. And I'm just excited to like, it's just nice to have, you have Callie, someone that works with you that's working 40 hours a week. It's like your right-hand person. I've never had that. I've always had a few employees that I could scatter out a couple of things, but like to have someone and just one point of contact that's doing majority of the help I need is like, it's going to be nice. Yep. But when I have the storefront, I'll have 6 people, hopefully 6 to 10. We shall see. But yeah, so honestly, there's that. I also have my Kickstarter that I announced a week ago. And by the time this comes out, there will be a week left on the Kickstarter. And yes, it's been stressful because we've already talked about this a lot offline. I decided a year ago that I wanted to do a Kickstarter with the last place because that's a lot of entrepreneurs decide to do when they take the next step. And it took me so long to finally make it. And then it took a week to get it approved because I had some wording. That made it seem like I was a nonprofit. And who knows how thorough they are.
Yeah.
But I was supporting a nonprofit with like one of the categories. If people pledge a certain amount, they get a sticker and it's part of that money goes back to cancer research. But anyway, so it took a long time to get it approved. And then, I posted and it's like still, it was going strong at the beginning, but I'm worried because it takes a lot to campaign for something like that.
Yeah.
And that's something that anyone that has done a Kickstarter probably already knows, but like it's a huge marketing effort. Like instead of marketing my products, I'm now marketing a Kickstarter. It's like we're sending out newsletters. I'm doing a couple posts a day. I'm trying to answer more Q&As. I'm trying to interact more so that my posts get seen. But like when I first announced the storefront, I mean, I've had 56,000 different accounts looking at my page this month alone, like just in the past 30 days. And most of that came when I announced the storefront. And I wish I would have had my Kickstarter ready then. And we talked about it. And you're like, I think if you do it within a week, well, and then it took a week to get approvals. So now my viewer count is down naturally because there's not as much buzz. So I don't know. I'm gonna see it through like to the finish line. I'm really like hoping and praying that we can get to the end. Yeah. But I don't have the capacity or like time. I mean, I also took on, I'm not like stopping with business. So I have 5 events this week. I'm like filled to the brim, just like running the business and then like campaigning for the next step. I think like anytime you do something new and public, it's like you really want it to be successful, and not everything I mean, I'm not saying that it won't be successful. I really hope it is. I really hope we can get there. Yep. But like sometimes you put yourself out there and it doesn't go exactly as you hope. Like in my mind, I'm like, within 72 hours, we're going to be fully funded. And I can just say thank you and I can plan the launch party. And now I'm like, how do I get in front of more people? So that's what been running through my mind a lot. Also just like not having delays on the storefront, training the new employees, because I am still like hiring and interviewing other people. And then just also tons of work coming in. So I'm training a new assistant that I hired to take email inquiries and I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I had a certain formula. But what I'm realizing is you probably already know this, but hiring someone to do a new job, you think it's like off your plate, but it actually doubles your plate until that person is trained. And like she told me, she's like, don't expect any value from me for the first 3 months. I'm like, oh, I need value yesterday.
I know.
But like, I understand it takes time to train someone. It's just like that constant fear that if you train someone and it doesn't work out, then it's like, oh, should I have just done it myself? Mm-hmm. You know?
I think that, that'll be really good. I hope to do that at some point.
Yeah, I know. So honestly, I feel like, I feel like every time I come on this podcast, it's all like happy-go-lucky. The truth is like, it's been really hard lately for, I think, both of us.
I hear how overwhelmed you are. And I know you have been, and so have I. It's just a crazy time. What I keep telling myself and what I think, I mean, I know you know this already, but like yesterday was one of my hardest days in a while. Like I was so tired. The Spectrum guy, there's a wire hanging from my ceiling. I was on the phone with Spectrum for hours. Like it's just been, there's a lot of things, like more than we have talked about.
Yeah.
But what I keep telling myself is like, I tell myself a couple things. In 1 year, this is going to be like funny. Hopefully it's funny. Where we're like, oh gosh, remember that time? Oh man, that was a lot. 2 is like how I've wanted this my entire life and like I'm actually here. So like I have to like think like, okay, this is a lot, but I've gotten what I've wanted. Like this is what I've always wanted. So like be thankful for that I am this busy, because if I wasn't this busy, my business probably wouldn't be doing as great. Like, so I just keep telling myself that. And I think you have to tell yourself that too.
I know.
Like, you're 5 events, you have a new employee, you have a storefront coming. Like that's amazing,
Yeah. And I heard like I saw someone's Instagram today where it was like, reframe some of the things in your life. And normally I'm so good at that, like being positive, writing down gratitude lists, reframing, instead of saying like, I don't have time. It's like, my life is so full. That's how I feel. I feel so full and fulfilled in both my business and my personal life, although it's a little off balance right now, but I feel full about it. I am so grateful that I have so much work and I want more. Like I want to continue having more, because like the more challenges I get, the more I figure out ways to overcome it and like streamline stuff. But yeah, it's like how you get in a rut sometimes where it's like you just see all the things that are piling on instead of like the good behind it. It's like,
I feel like we both pull each other out though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have like a little pick and I'm like trying to.
Yes, I need
get
that.
You out of
know. You know, we've been so busy. We haven't even been able to like, I needed to be pulled out. And another positive spin is like, I even told Ken, I was like, I'm so overwhelmed. I haven't been able to like cook for myself in a couple of days. And he went to the store yesterday at like 10:30 to buy all these groceries, cooked until 11:30. And then at 7 a.m. he tracked me. He's like, he saw me at Dragonfly Yoga and he's like, I'm coming to Dragonfly right now to drop off the food. And he just came in and I just was like, tearing up.
I would have
like,
cried.
I'm like, you have no idea how much this means to me. Like I'm drinking protein shakes, like, and eating just whatever restaurant is on the way. But so that's been just like really cool to have support like that. But yeah, I'm excited to look back and laugh. What is laughter?
Hopefully we can. Yeah. I'm trying to like make it funny. Like, oh, there's water.
Yeah. Let it rain.
Under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh.
Tears swimming down your face. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways.
Well, okay. So when this comes out next week, you're going to have a week left in your Kickstarter.
1 week
Where
left
can people support you?
You can go directly to my Instagram account and in my link in bio, the link that is inside of my bio, you can click it. And then there's a button that says like Kickstart Tricky Foods. So follow Tricky Foods on Instagram, Facebook. We're putting daily updates on our percentage funded. And then we also have our newsletter. So you can subscribe to our newsletter. I mean, you can look up on just Google Tricky Foods Kickstarter as well, and you'll find it. But yep. So we are aiming to raise $24,000, and there's a whole reason why, and more about the story and the financial background of Tricky Foods. And yeah, so everyone, if you're listening, go do that. That'd be incredible. We have 9 different pledge categories. I might add a 10th one because people have been asking for something that I think I could add, but ranging from $15 and a shout out all the way up to me cooking you dinner for 4 people, which would be a funny one. And I would love to do it. So check them out. I think you'll find something you can enjoy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Shelby, what is happening by the time this comes out? Your opening will be a few days from this moment.
When this comes out, it'll come out next Wednesday, and we will be opening on Saturday, the 17th
of June.
June
17th, 2023.
Yep. 11 a.m., baby.
11
Therese will be out there in a cookie. I have a cookie costume.
Wait,
I'm putting you in that.
Can I actually?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, do you have another cookie costume? Can it be a big cookie?
I just have one. Oh, sorry. I don't have multiple. So you'll see Therese. I'm assuming.
I just want to be in a cookie suit and just be like a sad cookie. I'll be like, she made me wear this. No, I'll be there.
We'll get some content of it. So yeah, Therese will be there. I'll probably be there.
Oh my god. Miggy, will Miggy be there?
She'll make an appearance, yes.
And that's her dog. For those who aren't up to speed, it's not Shelby. It's her dog.
Miggy is my pride and joy. She will be there. The business is hers. I tell her that she has 14 employees now, and she's like,
She's shocked. I mean,
she's shocked.
She's like, how did I get here?
I don't know how she got here. She's only 6. I mean, she's done a lot in her 6 years. And yeah, so come on out. Come on down to the store. And then also, you can vote for us for Best of Madison.
Yes, they can. Yes,
for the month of June. They're both in our link in bios. We each have our own. I'm under the bakery sweets category.
And I'm under the artisan food category. And right now, I think they can only vote once this whole month.
You can vote one time for both of us.
You can vote one time. That's absolutely nuts. Make that vote count.
And that's it. So you can listen to this episode or any of our other episodes anywhere you get your podcast.
So that would be Spotify, Apple, anywhere that you listen. Also, the best place to listen and watch, YouTube.
And go subscribe.
Please subscribe, everyone. Once we get to 1,000 subscriptions.
Subscribers.
We're
going to have a surprise.
We have a big surprise plan. So everyone, subscribe. Tell everyone you know, and tune in next Wednesday.
Send us love. This week's gonna be a toughie.
Yeah. Send good vibes. Send good vibes and flowers to my addresses. Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.
See you next Wednesday. Bye.